When you think of a van, you think about the Transit. At some point in your life, you have relied on a Ford Transit. It truly is the backbone of Britain. And for 2024, Ford have launched this, the all-new Ford Transit Custom. With sleeker looks, greater efficiency, and packed with technology, Europe's best-selling van just got better. I'm Greg from Peoples, and this is the Once Over. So the 2024 model has had a complete redesign starting from the ground up. It features a brand new platform which will support electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid vehicles and diesel vehicles like the one we have here today. The front wheels have also been moved forward 200mm, meaning there's a longer wheelbase and in theory should make easier access in and out of the cab. Ford have also made sure to cap the height of the L1H1 like we have here today to below the all-important 2-metre height. This is important as it ensures that these vans can fit into tighter public car parks within the city centre. As with all Transits, variant options are vast and the Custom is available in 2 wheel base lengths and 2 roof height options. There will also be a double cab option, a combi and the new innovative multi-cab model which provides seats for 5 people whilst also retaining a narrow section to allow for full length loads. The L1H1, which is the standard wheelbase and standard roof height which we have here, has got 5.8 cubic metres of load space and a payload of 1.3 tonnes and an incredible towing capacity of 2.8 tonnes. Firstly, let's look at some of the new exterior features on the all-new Transit Custom. Let's start up front, and first thing you'll notice is this new striking grille design. I think this looks fantastic, and the badge is now much larger and relocated on the front of the grille. This is further accentuated by this chrome bar, and on the E-Transit Custom, this is actually going to be illuminated. We also have these new signature LED headlights. They're much narrower, much sleeker, and I think these look fantastic. I think overall the whole chunky design and the front end of the new Transit Custom looks great. So as I come along the side of the all-new Transit Custom, there's a couple of things worth pointing out. Firstly, the van sits lower overall than previous models. However, we do have larger wheel arches, allowing for up to 19-inch alloys to be fitted to this Custom. We just have the standard 6-inch alloys on this variant. We've got the standard sliding door, which can optionally be powered, which would come in handy if your hands are full of tools. With the lower load floor, it's never been easier to step in and out of the Custom, and with a new redesigned bulkhead, 8x4 sheets fit in here perfectly. And last thing worth pointing out is this opening is wider than it's ever been, so you can fit a full-sized industrial pallet in there from a forklift. Coming around the back of the van, we've got these new rear lights. Big fan of the sort of smoked out style in here. I think it looks really sporty and adds to the overall look. The black badge in here as well also ties in really nicely to this design. Rear wide opening doors come as standard. You can spec a rear single lift door if preferred. The hinges here have been redesigned so there's no more stay bars, so it should make for easier access when loading in wider loads. When you open the rear doors, the LED lights come on as standard. You do though have this really nifty feature down here where you can push this button and it'll illuminate these 2 extra, meaning you can work any time of day or night out the back of this van. Up front in the cab, there's plenty of new features to talk about. All versions of the Custom come with this 13-inch touchscreen featuring the latest Sync 4 software. There's also this 8-inch digital instrument cluster, and this is a huge improvement on previous models. Something you'd see in a high-end car, never mind in a van. This can be linked up to the Ford Pro app, which has got all sorts of useful data on there. There's also the option to use the Ford Pro Telematics, meaning you don't have to add any external trackers into this van. It'll all be done under one roof. So built-in Alexa, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Maps are some of the great features built in to this infotainment system. The touchscreen itself is fast, responsive, really easy to use, and I am super impressed by this new Sync 4 software. As expected with all modern technology, the climate controls are integrated into the touchscreen. However, one thing I really do like about this is no matter what app you're in, the climate control features stay stationary on the screen. So once you've worked out where everything is, where your heated seats are, your fan speed, it's really easy to navigate and adjust. However, there are a few physical shortcut buttons which Ford have included. First one up is it takes you to your drive mode, so you can easily jump between Eco, Sport and Slippery. You've got quick access to your driver assistance menu, which lets you turn off your auto start stop, your auto hold and your traction control. And my favourite of them all is your maximum heating and fan speed. So on a cold day, you just jump in, hit that button, and you know everything will defrost. Overall, the cab is actually a lovely modern place to be. Got some pretty decent finishes in here, and you've got your usual scratchy plastic, but that's to be expected. It is a utility vehicle after all. There is plenty of storage. You've got some storage up here above the dash, got really decent sized door bins. We've got some storage in behind the middle seat, and importantly, there's plenty of cup holders. We've got one down here, we've got one up here, we've got one over here, and we've got one in each door bin. Everybody knows how important it is to have plenty of cup holders in a Transit. So there's also plenty of storage down here in the glove box, and there's this nifty little storage compartment here in the dash. This is for paperwork or your laptop, which leads me nicely to this steering wheel. The Squircle, as it's dubbed, you'll see this wheel is both square and circular shaped. It also features physical buttons, which I'm a huge fan of. So why is the wheel shaped like this? This is because you can spec the Office Pack, which allows you to tilt the wheel 45 degrees. You can pop on your laptop, catch up with your emails, or do some paperwork. You can also put the wheel completely flat, pop in the infill, and you can have your lunch. It acts as a table inside this van. I can see how handy that would be if you're on the road constantly. So in terms of drivetrains, there's a few options available. There is the familiar 2-litre EcoBlue 6-speed diesel engine ranging from 110 to 150 brake horsepower, and there's also an 8-speed automatic variant which will take this engine to 170 brake horsepower. We're currently driving the 6-speed manual diesel 136 PS, and it is super smooth to drive. Additionally, there's also a 2.5-litre petrol plug-in hybrid variant. This will also give you 35 miles of pure electric range. Great feature about the Transit Custom plug-in hybrid is when if you drive into a ULEZ city centre zone, the Transit Custom will automatically switch to pure electric, which is a great feature. And lastly, there's a fully electric e-Transit Custom available to order. That'll be equipped with a 65 kilowatt hour battery and a WLTP target range of 205 miles. In general though, this feels incredible to drive. Sometimes you find with commercial vehicles that they can lose a bit of comfort for understandably practicality. However, this is not the case with this Transit Custom. With upgrades to the rear suspension, now becoming independent over axle beam, with the new platform built from the ground up and a lighter steering wheel, this feels much more planted, responsive and precise on the road. The manual gearbox also feels really smooth, a big improvement on the previous model. It feels more like driving an SUV than driving a commercial vehicle. This van is packed with intelligent driving technology such as lane assist, anti-collision warning and auto sign recognition. But it doesn't have to stop there. If you're a delivery driver, you can spec what is known as delivery assist. And how delivery assist works is when you pull up to your stop, you jump out the van, it will automatically apply the handbrake, the hazard lights, it will turn the van off, it will put the windows up, it will lock the doors, you go away, do your delivery, when you come back to the van, jump in with your keyless entry and on your way again. It is such an efficient way for a delivery driver to operate. I think we can all agree that the all-new Ford Transit Custom is a fantastic looking commercial vehicle. Not only does it drive like a car, but importantly, works like a van. Packed with all new sorts of technology, great cabin space and new safety features, I do not see this van losing its status as Europe's best selling commercial vehicle. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel. Please drop us a comment down below if you've got any questions at all. We'll come back to you and we'll see you in the next one.